Hello, welcome to my gym. My name is Kirk, and I have been cast in the role of Bhima for Austen Shakespeare's Mahabharata Tales, which will be happening at the Long Center starting on Valentine's Day. So I thought for fun I would show you a little bit of the workout that I do. And I've been working out for a long time. One of the reasons I think I was cast as Bhima was because of my size. So Bhima in the Mahabharata Tales is the longest epic tale or poem in the history of the world. It's the Indian, it's a core text for the Indian culture. And Bhima is a famous figure. And he is the world's strongest man. So in Western terms, Western world is to be like Hercules. He goes around adventuring, crushing people, very strong guy. I heard there's a chance that I might have to take off a piece of clothing or something. So I definitely want to at least look as much the part as I can to bring as much of the role. And it's a fun, I love working out, so it's a fun thing. So if you're interested, I'll show you some of the workouts that I do and let you enter into my gym a little bit. One thing about being Bhima that's a lot of fun for me already is there are people on the cast who are from India, from that region of the world, who grew up with these tales. Like in the West, I grew up with Saturday morning cartoons, and I grew up with Wolverine and Spider-Man, all those things. They grew up, I think, a lot, some of those too, I think, but I think they grew up a lot with the Mahabharata tales and cartoons and reenactments and all kinds of stories being told over and over again. It's a real part of their culture. And man, the excitement I've gotten from multiple people on the cast about "you are Bhima," and it's just like it really pumps me up. So it's exciting to be a part of the Mahabharata Tales. I hope you come see us if you're in Texas. Just come on down to Austin at the Long Center, starting February 14th, starting Valentine's Day. It's only I think 2 weekends, so make sure to check us out. So I'm going to show you the workout. Today is going to be chest and shoulders. So this is not how I always do workouts generally, but I'm focusing. I want to show the chest muscles because if my shirt's going to come off, I already have a lot of mass. I've been working out since 2012. So now I'm going to see if I can slim down a little bit. I only have a couple weeks and I don't have a lot of time to do some things. So I'm going to try to slim down as much as I can. But my goal is to try to make some of the muscles pop as much as I can. That's going to be difficult, but I'm going to try my best. So this is chest. I'm going to do incline. So I'm going to do as much incline and as much as I can because, again, I think that's better for actual visuals versus bench press. Flat bench, I think, is better for mass, if you want to build more mass. And then after the incline, I will do bench, but I'll do dumbbells because I want to get more stretch, which I think, again, helps with the actual growth and the development. And then I'll do chest flies, I'll do some military press, and then I'll probably do some lateral raises and things like that. So I'll show you a couple of them, and I hope you find it interesting. And I'll try to do more of these days. I'm aiming for 5 days a week, which is what I normally work out, unless something comes up in life, which it often does. But I try for 4 or 5 days a week. Okay, let's get into it. Always warm up. All right, now the workout begins. All right, second set. Now I'm noticing I'm feeling it more here than upper chest. So I'm doing a focus on upper chest because I'm looking for more visual than mass. I've already built up a lot of mass over many years of doing this for the role of Bhima. So let's see, that means I need to work on my form a little bit. Sometimes you just have to tweak and see how it goes. Also, I'm looking for 8 reps, whereas I wussed out at 6. So let's see if I can hit 8 at 225. All right.
Okay, here's for 3, my third set. So I'm gonna see if I can actually get past 6. I know I can, but when I don't have a spotter, I tend to not push myself too much because what's the point of risking it? I'm gonna drop down in a minute and do more reps. I did my warm-up sets. I'm gonna do some lower and then I'm going to do dumbbells flat bench next. So, 6 is not bad. But I know I could do more if I wasn't such a wuss. Got a Bhima. All right, let's see. So yeah, I'm gonna go down to 205. I'm gonna shoot for the 8 to 10 rep range this time. And, because it's stage, I don't actually have to be the strongest man in the world. I just have to pretend to be the strongest man in the world. Okay. Okay, so I dropped it down again because what I noticed was I feel it in the last 2 reps last time when I was doing 205. I started feeling the stretch really here. This is one problem that happens, I think, when you are working out a lot over a long period of time. The gains that you had got at the beginning, the marginal value of your workouts start going down, which I think like when I was getting started and I remember looking at the workout plans of professionals, and some of these guys are in the gym like for hours, multiple times a day or something, 5-6 days a week. It's like this is just a very part-time hobby that I enjoy for my physical exercise. I don't have time for that. So there's always, I'm always looking for what can I do to maximize whatever part I'm working on, whatever body part. Can I just get the stretch once or twice a week at least and really try to push a little bit? Because again, I'm just an amateur trying to live a little bit longer and be strong and maybe look okay on stage. Okay. Going for the 10. All right, I felt a little bit more that time. I probably could have gone another rep or 2, but I got in my head to do 10. That's the problem with having goals sometimes, is you don't exceed the goals. Okay, so this is gonna be my last set for the incline, then I'm gonna move over to dumbbell, flat bench. This one, I moved it up 5 pounds because I noticed the 10 reps was sufficiently easy where I could have gone more and I wasn't really feeling the stretch. So I'm gonna try to work a little bit more on my form, try to get the really feel it in the stretch. But we'll see, So far I feel pretty good about this first exercise, but it could be better. So I feel pretty good about that, just so you notice like I'm actually putting the bar a little bit higher, so when I'm doing a bench it's lower, it's under the nipple versus like a little above because you want it to really stretch in. If you can, it's harder on the bar, you want to try to really stretch it out at the bottom and push up. I think on the way down is the better part of the value of the exercise for me. All right, so now I did incline, what did I do? 6, 7 sets, 8 sets, including warm-ups. Now I'm going to do flat bench dumbbell. Now I'm not going to warm up this time. I used to do that all the time, but I just warmed up with incline. I think I'll be fine with flat bench on dumbbell. But I wouldn't recommend that. I used to, for the first 10 years of doing this, I would have still done a warm up here. So I've done this a lot. Now I am going straight for the 80s, but my goal is still 8 to 10. I think one mistake I see a lot of people do with this is they don't come all the way down, which to me defeats the whole purpose of using dumbbells. If you're going to use dumbbells, you should go full stretch as much as you can, because that's what you really get. When you have a barbell, the bar stops it right here, which is why you can't go deeper, and it's one reason to use the dumbbells. So stop doing that, at least if you want to grow your chest. All right, let's see if I can get 8 to 10 or if I need to drop to the next weight down.
I thought it was okay. I want to look at the tape now. I think the form wasn't amazing, but I felt it pretty decently. I definitely felt a really good stretch, so it was great in that regard. I think my form probably could have been a little bit better. But again, as long as you're not hurting yourself and you have the form and you feel it in the muscles you want, that's what you want. Like the form is only to help you get that result. Okay, this is funny. So I literally thought that I had done 10 reps in my head. And then I went back to the table, I was like, oh, that's 6. And you know, this is one advantage of recording yourself, which I have really never done before. I mean, a few times, is getting that objectivity, because your head, you know, you've got these heavy weights, you're not thinking about it as much, I don't know. Or I just don't know how to count. Or I just wanted it to be 10, but I had been doing 6, I don't know. There's a whole bunch of excuses. So I was actually gonna go up in my weight with the dumbbells, because I was like, oh, that was too easy for 10. So now I'm gonna do the same weight, 80 pounds, except this time I'm going to pretend like I know how to count and try to get to. I really am Bhima, maybe. I don't know if he's, you know, if he knows how to count. No, it's not fair. He's a big brute, but I'm sure he's smart too. Okay, so I'm gonna go for 8 at a minimum. 10 is the goal. Well, whatever that was, I lost count. It definitely felt good. I'm hoping that's at least 8. I'm gonna look at it again. Okay, here we go. All right, gonna try showing you a little bit different angle. Again, so part of what I'm trying to do, and I'm not doing it perfectly, and that's okay. I am feeling the stretch though. Again, there's a lot of advice out there, and there's a lot of great advice, but always remember the point is you're trying to target a muscle and stretch it, and under pressure. Time under pressure, I think, is one of the core principles of growing muscle of any sort. If you want to grow the muscle, you have to have time under pressure. How much time? And there's all kinds of theories and variables, and maximizing that's great. I recommend Mike Israetel and his content for that. But you know, again, all these things are to help you leverage and get the most out of growing whatever muscle you want. So, you know, you might have some idea that the form is supposed to be this way and I'm not quite doing it, and that's fine. But just remember, I'm trying my best to just get what is comfortable to me to get the hit of the muscle here under pressure and feel it. And I did feel it pretty well. I bet I could feel it more if I adjusted a little bit more though, but it was pretty good. So I'm gonna show you again a slightly different angle so you could see you know, what I'm doing. Again, this is just a generic workout for a Bhima character. And go see us at Austin Shakespeare, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Be my Valentine. Okay, so that was one thing I was not doing great. I think the dumbbells were probably a little too close, which I do a lot. We're a little bit farther out from my chest. I mean, if I could reach my shoulder, but I'm just not hitting it properly with the dumbbell. Like if the dumbbell would hit on the way down my shoulder, I think that would probably be optimal. But it's a little bit out, going all the way down, and I felt that. All right, this is my last set of the dumbbell presses. I am going to, again, shoot for 8 to 10. So it's just supposed to be, I think, 4 sets of 10. And then I'm gonna do, what am I gonna do next? And then I'm gonna do dumbbell flies, and we'll talk about that. So I'm doing a lot of chest, as you can tell. And chest is a big one. I usually don't do this much chest in a week. Sometimes, but usually I won't do this much chest. And I actually have another day that'll have a lot of chest. So I'm trying to hit it twice in the week. And then, and then I'm having some shoulders, and I'll have some arms and triceps, and I have one leg day, so I never skip leg day. Never skip leg day. I don't care what anybody tells you. So we'll see what, we'll see if I can pump out another 10, and then, then we'll move on. Okay, I'm stalling. Put them away, baby. All right, so now it is cable fly time. No, I don't have cables here. Well, I have a little bit of cables, but not full cable. This is dumbbell fly time. So pretty fly for a dumbbell guy. You guys are all probably too young for that. But so this is gonna be this movement. I'm gonna do it on an incline. I should probably do lighter weight. I want the whole purpose of this one, even more than the dumbbell press or the dumbbell incline press. The real value again is getting a massive stretch, like especially all the way down. You want to feel it here, here, here. This whole area should really feel stretched out, and then you're bringing it back up. That's the dumbbell, the time under pressure. So 50, the problem with it is I could do it pretty easily, but I don't know if I could do great form, 10, 12 reps or more. I probably should have 40. This is my logic, my reasoning behind it. It's not because I'm trying to impress anybody. I'm in my garage. Who the heck am I going to impress? Well, besides you. But now my reasoning is that the Bowflex dumbbell that I have, that goes from 5 pounds to 45 pounds. And then the rubber dumbbells that I have that go from 50 to 100 in increments of 5. The Bowflex, I don't like it for this for some reason. It doesn't, I don't know, like it's too wobbly, it's too big. I haven't been able to get into it. I might try it if this doesn't go well, which I've done before, but not on camera. I've done this weight plenty of times, but I probably don't have the form I do. And now that I have a camera, I was pressured to do it right. Okay, so I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna stop stalling. Except I'm gonna tell you to go see the cast and crew and all the hard work that Austin Shakespeare is doing to put on the Mahabharata Tales at Long Center in Austin, Texas. Make sure to come check us out. Come say hello. There's a talk back afterwards. If you come and you came because you saw this video, then you can ask me a workout tip and how we got to be like Bhima. As long as you buy tickets, spread the word. Let's sell out these things so we could do more things like this. And support Austin Shakespeare so we could do lots of these kinds of events and shows all over Austin for the rest of eternity. Okay. Okay, I know I didn't hit the 10. I'd probably still say it that way, but that felt good. I mean, that is a great exercise for anyone. Oh man. All right, so here we go. We're finishing up. We've got a couple more sets with the flies. I'm really just gonna focus on the stretch. I'm not even gonna focus and care that much about the reps. At this point, I'm feeling it pretty good in the chest. So, one of the things I'm excited about with Bhima is being on stage with so many cool people and all of the music and dancing. Not that I'm dancing that much. I'll have a little bit of dancing. So don't worry, you don't have to watch me dance. But there's like professional dancers, Indian dancers doing traditional, Indian dances that is representative of the Mahabharata, which I just learned is, I'm learning more and more about this. I'm very new to it, so I'm excited to learn about this epic poem. And, so it's really cool to be on stage and to kind of enact these things and to be this brutal, bone-crushing individual and just going out there and smashing skulls, knocking people out, and hitting thighs. I'm still trying to figure out this whole thigh thing. There's a whole thing with thighs, and I don't know what's going on. But apparently there's a backstory, and we're doing 2 hours and 10 minutes out of a poem that I think is 10 times or 7 times or 10 times longer than the Iliad and the Odyssey combined. So we're not doing a lot of it. So we're cutting out a little bit of backstory. Okay, but it's still I think you'll really enjoy the focus on the 5 Pandava brothers and their rivals who are also their cousins, and some really fun and exciting moments. And there's battle and stripping. I'm just kidding. Well, there's a little bit, but I think it's probably just me taking my shirt off. Sorry. So don't not come because of that. All right, this is my third set of I keep saying cable flies, dumbbell flies. Here we go, I'm going for 8 to 10. Okay, so the next exercise is I'm gonna do overhead press, somewhat strict military, working out the shoulders. So the character Bhima has a big club. So he's got this huge, massive club. He's the world's strongest man. He's the only one who can really lift it. So I'm trying to maximize arms and the sight, look of the arms. I don't know what kind of costuming I'm gonna be in yet. So military press is good for that. I also do a lot of dumbbell press, overhead presses, but this time I'm going to do the military press, or the overhead press, with somewhat militariness. And all that means is my feet are more together. Now what most people do wrong with this one is they just go up. You actually want to, like the way I was taught was you want to put your head through the window. So you're going like this. So down here, head through the window, like that. Because you want that up here, you want to stretch at the top. It's all about that stretch. And then I kind of arc my back, especially because you don't want to do, unless you want to do a push press, but I'm not doing that. Now this time I am warming up, like with the last one. So I'm going to put some weight on and then we'll keep going. All right, so I got some 25s, bars 45. I'm going to try and go for 10 to 12. Overhead press. All right, next time it'll be more of a challenge. All right, let's go for 135. I'm gonna go for 8 to 10 again. Here we go. Okay, now I'm gonna do 145, same general concept. And only 6. All right, third set. Same thing, super fun. One thing I'm not showing, I'll show you one, is I am doing shrugs in between because, again, visual, it's all about visual for this. So building these traps, which is to me just mostly shrugs, or I'm using dumbbells. I'll try to show you that really quickly after this. But let me do another set, and I'm going to drop down and do a whole bunch at a lower weight, and then another lower weight. Okay, it's the last set of this, and then I'll show you some shrugs. And remember, this is day 1 of the Bhima workout. Although, I think Bhima would be embarrassed to use 25s on a shoulder press. But okay. Probably could have done more. One thing I think I didn't do great in any of these with the overhead was really try to feel the stretch. I did feel it, but I could have felt more. So I think next time I'll do dumbbell. So in between my overhead presses, I was doing some dumbbell shrugs. Not much to really show in my opinion with these guys, but all I do, for better or worse, is hold these guys, get that stretch. Usually put it sometimes in front of me just a little bit, and then I just shrug. Sometimes I'll like to put my head down. And I'll do like 4 sets of those in between. To me, those are like the easiest. If you have one of those Smith track machines, but it's on like a track, like a post like this, but it's tracked, you could do this or this or this, all kinds of things. That's for the traps. All right. So I was gonna try a different kind of exercise, but I'm running out of time and I can't set up the camera properly, so I'm just gonna do what I normally do. Just lateral raises.
What I was gonna do was a different kind of, called a push, holding in your a position where you push and then you use one arm, but I'm not gonna do that right now. So lateral raise is great for the shoulder, the outside muscle of the shoulder. Again, trying to get a little bit of a pop. I'm using pretty light weights, it's 15 pounds. But it's, you know, for shoulder, it's pretty heavy for me actually to do decent form. Now, everyone's gonna be different. I've done this for a while. One thing I saw, I think Mike Israel show, I never saw this before, starting out here, because there's really no tension here anyway. So start out here at like a little angle and then come up and then come all the way down. And that's it. Up, and I like to go higher than shoulder, but you gotta do what feels comfortable. That's pretty good. I think I might even go a little bit lighter before. I might do one more like that and go lighter, because that was pretty heavy for me. All right, round 2. I'll say it this way. I think I'm gonna go down after this. We'll see how this feels. This is gonna be it for me because I actually have to practice lines and go to rehearsal. The actual act now. Okay, so I actually dropped down to 12.5 on these guys. Again, it's all about feeling the stretch in the shoulder. That's all I'm looking for. Trying to get a good stretch. Grow those shoulders so they a little bit wider. You have that Bhima stance. Okay. All right, that's Bhima workout day 1. Well, day 1 of a 1 week. That's not the first thing you would do if you're trying to be Bhima. That is like a week-long, start of a week-long workout session. That would be day 1. And now to day 2.